Welcome. Today, my group and I are excited to present the Republic of Mars. We have been working on a comprehensive vision for the future of Martian society, focused on sovereignty, ethical leadership, and long term sustainability. My name is Haneen, and I'm joined by my group members, and we will walk you through the framework we have developed for this new republic. To give you an overview of our presentation, we will start by defining the core vision of the Republic of Mars. From there, we will move into our proposed leadership approach, examine our plans for sustainability and biosecurity, and explore the cultural foundations that will unite our citizens. Finally, we will outline the specific leadership roles, our additional infrastructure plans, and conclude with the future outlook for our Martian society. Imagine a world where the barriers of the past, the conflicts between humans, clones, and hybrids have finally dissolved. Look at the image on the screen. What do you see? You might see differences, you might see labels, but what we see is potential. We're not looking at a utopian fantasy. We are looking at a survival strategy. Unity is our most critical infrastructure here on Mars. Without this connection, we don't have a republic. We just have a colony waiting for the next catastrophe. When you look at this image, don't ask, how are they different? But rather ask yourself, what can we build together that we can't build alone? Outlining the core vision for the Republic of Mars, our foundational philosophy is built on three pillars: sovereignty, ethical responsibility, and unity among all citizens, whether they're human, clone, or hybrids. Number 1, sovereignty and unity. True sovereignty means that Martian people maintain absolute control over their land, resources, and future. We are establishing this republic free from the influence of Earth corporations or governments, allowing us to prioritize the needs of our citizens and avoid exploitation of the past. Number 2, self-sufficiency. To secure this independence, we are developing a robust, self-sufficient system for food, energy, and communication. This infrastructure prevents external manipulation and ensures that we don't rely on Earth for survival. Number 3, ethical leadership. Our governance is grounded in integrity and courage. We are embracing a transformational leadership style that inspires citizens to shape our destiny. While we engage diplomatically with Earth, we will ensure that any corporation strictly respects our Martian laws and values, ensuring that our destiny remains determined by our people.
In the previous session, we introduced our vision for an independent and ethical Republic of Mars. My part focused on one important question: how can we create a harmony among humans, clones, and hybrids? Why unity matters? This is not only a social issue, it is also a security issue. In the past, corporations treated clones and hybrids as experiments instead of people. This created fear, discrimination, and deeper mistrust. If these divisions continue, outside the corporations or governments could use them to weaken Mars. Therefore, unity must be a main goal of our new government. Legal protection and representations. Our first action is legal protection. The Martian Constitution will guarantee equal rights for every citizen. Human clones and hybrids will have the same right under the law in elections, education, healthcare, and employment. No group will receive fewer opportunities because of a genetic background. This reflects the ethical leadership because a leader must show fairness, respect, honesty, and integrity. However, laws alone cannot create trust. People also need a voice in government. For this reason, we will establish a unity council with equal representation from human, clones, and hybrids. The council will listen to community concerns, help resolve conflicts, and advise the government. Daft explains that strong teams need a clear purpose and psychological safety. When citizens can speak without fear and feel that their idea matter, cooperation becomes much stronger. The second area is the dialogue and the leadership. Government leaders will hold regular town halls and explain decisions clearly. They will answer questions honestly and use active listening, especially when citizens discuss painful experience from the past. Open communications can reduce rumors and misunderstandings. It also shows that leadership is not hiding information from the public. At the same time, public officials must be accountable. Mars will use an independent ethic review process. Any official who discriminates, abuses power, or violates citizens' rights can be removed from the office. This is important because the trust depends on not only on what leaders said, but also on what they do. The third area is education and culture. School will teach the true history of Mars. Students will learn that greed and the misuse of power harmed everyone, while cooperation helped humans, clones, and hybrids survive. This shared history can create a machine identity that is stronger than genetic identity. We want young people to think we may have different origins, but we share one home and one future. Finally, Mars will celebrate an annual Unity Day. It will include cultural festivals, sports, science exhibitions, and community service projects. These activities give citizens a practical opportunity to work together, build friendship, and celebrate what they have achieved as one society. In conclusion, harmony will be built through equal rights, shared representation, open communication, ethical accountability, education, and common traditions. A united population will be more peaceful at home and much harder for outside enemies to divide. In this way, unity becomes both a moral value and a form of national protection. Thank you.
The Republic of Mars is more than just a policy. It is a new frontier for humans, hybrids, and clones alike. To better understand the culture and the atmosphere that we are creating, we invite you to experience this vision through a different lens. Here is a look at life on the Republic of Mars.
The Republic of Mars is built on unity. Humans, clones, and hybrids share one future. Equal rights are guaranteed to all citizens.
We have established a clear vision for the Republic, a society built on sovereignty, self-sufficiency, and unified identity. But a vision alone is not enough to sustain a nation on the frontier. To move from our shared goals to a stable government, we face a critical decision. How do we ensure that our daily governance reflects our long-term values? To answer that, we must define the leadership models that will guide us. Let's look at the approach that will secure our future.
Now that we've introduced our vision for the Republic of Mars, the next step is determining what kind of leadership is needed to make that vision a reality. Leading Mars won't be like leading an ordinary country. Our nation has emerged from years of conflict, unethical scientific experimentation, and discrimination between humans, clones, and hybrids. Because of this history, we need leaders who can rebuild trust, inspire unity, and prepare Mars for future challenges. For that reason, we believe our government should combine transformational leadership, ethical leadership, and collaborative leadership. The first approach is transformational leadership. Mars is entering a completely new chapter, so our leaders must inspire people with a clear and shared vision instead of relying on authority or fear. According to Daft, transformational leaders motivate followers by creating a compelling vision, encouraging innovation, and empowering people to achieve more than they thought possible. In our republic, transformational leadership means bringing together humans, clones, and hybrids under one identity as Martians. Instead of focusing on the division created by the past, our leaders will encourage every citizen to actively participate in building a peaceful, independent, and sustainable nation. As we discussed in our vision, this includes promoting equal rights, encouraging community involvement, and ensuring that every citizen feels they have a role in shaping the future of Mars. Transformational leadership is also critical because survival on Mars depends on constant innovation. Our citizens will need to develop new technologies for agriculture, renewable energy, medicine, and infrastructure. So rather than simply solving today's problems, transformational leaders encourage creativity and prepare people to solve tomorrow's challenges. Research by Bass and Rico shows that transformational leaders stimulate innovation by encouraging people to think differently and develop creative solutions to complex problems. This mindset is essential for a growing civilization on Mars. The second pillar of our leadership approach is an ethical foundation. The Republic of Mars exists because previous leaders and Earth based corporations abused science for profit. Their unethical genetic experiments treated clones and hybrids as experiments rather than as people, leading to conflict, suffering, and the collapse of the original colony. Because of that history, ethical leadership must guide every decision our government makes. According to Daft, ethical leaders demonstrate integrity, fairness, honesty, respect, and accountability. These values will be reflected in every level of government from the president to local administrators. As mentioned in our vision, all citizens, whether human, clone, or hybrid, will receive equal rights under the Constitution. Scientific research involving genetics or biotechnology will only be allowed under strict, independent ethical review to ensure that the mistakes of the past are never repeated. Brown and Trevino explain that ethical leadership builds trust by promoting fairness and responsible decision making. By consistently acting with integrity, our government can rebuild public confidence and create a society where citizens feel respected, protected, and valued. The third component is collaborative leadership. Although the president provides direction, no single person should make every important decision. Mars faces complex issues that require the expertise of scientists, engineers, healthcare professionals, military leaders, and community representatives. This is why our government will encourage collaboration through institutions like the Unity Council, which we introduced earlier. The council will include representatives from humans, clones, and hybrids, giving every community a voice in resolving conflicts and shaping national policies. This creates shared responsibility and ensures that different perspectives are considered before important decisions are made. Collaboration also improves adaptability. Mars is an unpredictable environment where emergencies such as equipment failures, disease outbreaks, or external threats from Earth could occur at any time. By encouraging teamwork and open communication, our government will be able to respond quickly and effectively to unexpected challenges. Finally, our collaborative leadership model also incorporates the principles of servant leadership. Instead of focusing on personal power or political influence, leaders should focus on serving the needs of citizens. This means listening to the public, encouraging participation, and ensuring government decision always benefits society rather than corporations or individual leaders. By putting people first, we strengthen trust between citizens and government while creating a culture of respect and accountability. Overall, these three leadership approaches work together to support the vision we presented earlier. Transformational leadership inspires citizens with a shared purpose, and ethical leadership ensures decisions are fair and transparent. Collaborative leadership brings people together to solve problems and prepare Mars for the future. Together, these leadership styles will create a government that is innovative, inclusive, and resilient, one that protects Martians' sovereignty while ensuring every human, clone, and hybrid has an equal opportunity to contribute to the future of the Republic. Leadership provides the direction of our republic, but our policies on sustainability and safety provide the foundation. Without a stable, secure, and sustainable infrastructure, we cannot foster the unity and trust that we've just outlined. With that in mind, let's transition into our protocols for a safe, self sufficient Martian future.
To ensure the sustainability and safety of life on Mars, our government will focus on protecting both our people and our resources. We'll create a circular economy by recycling materials, reusing water through advanced purification systems, and growing food using hydroponic farming. Our energy will come from solar power and nuclear microreactors to provide a reliable and sustainable power supply. To keep our citizens safe, we'll establish a Martin Biosecurity Agency to monitor diseases, regulate genetic research, and enforce strict health and quarantine protocols. Finally, while we'll cooperate with Earth through scientific research, technology sharing, and trade, all governments and corporations must respect Martin laws and environmental standards. By balancing sustainability, safety, and responsible cooperation, we can build a secure and prosperous future for the Republic of Mars. We have discussed the infrastructure, the safety protocols, and the leadership models that will ensure our survival. But survival is not the same as living. To truly thrive as a republic, we need a shared identity. We need to honor the diverse backgrounds of every human, clone, and hybrid on Mars while forging new shared traditions. To give you a glimpse of how we are building that cultural foundation, we would like to share this short cinematic overview.
For the cultural foundation of the Republic of Mars, we wanted traditions and shared spaces that help everyone feel connected. Humans, clones, hybrids, and new arrivals from Earth. The goal is unity without erasing individual identity. One of the first cultural spaces is the community garden. It's a symbol of cooperation and sustainability, and it gives citizens a peaceful place to gather, share stories, and learn about Martian agriculture. We also introduce welcome gatherings for new colonists. These assemblies help people integrate quickly through cultural performances, shared meals, and the Martian ethical citizenship oath. It sets the tone for an inclusive and supportive society. Creative expression is another major pillar. The Martian Art Collective encourages collaboration across groups and helps citizens express their histories while building new cultural narratives that reflect life on Mars. The Theater Club builds on that by giving people spaces to tell their stories, reenacting early colony history, exploring clone and hybrid perspectives, and creating new myths that reflect Martian values. Now, we also introduced the Unity Festival, which would be our yearly celebration of the formation of the Republic of Mars. It brings together music, dance, and performances from all citizen groups and reinforces cooperation. And finally, Heritage Day is dedicated to remembering the first colonists, the resistance movement, and independence. It keeps the colony connected to its roots and reinforces resilience. Together, these traditions and cultural spaces create a foundation that's inclusive, meaningful, and built for long-term unity on Mars.
Hi. So for my part today, I'll be talking on the different types of leaders and the portfolios for Mars. So for the first one, we have the Republic of Mars would require a leadership that is ethical, adaptable, collaborative, and also transformational. So for the first aspect, where we have the servant and collaborative, The portfolios that I would put out for the leaders would be social affairs, that they can engage in social affairs, health education, and culture that would engage the citizens or the people who live in Mars to have more community and welcome gatherings. The main core focus for this collaborative and servant leadership type will be that it promotes equality, integration, and community and well-being among humans, clones, and hybrids. The second leadership type would be the ethical and control-oriented. This part of this leadership type would be focused on finance, biosecurity, justice, and border quarantine protocols. So this would be the second type of leadership type for the leadership in Mars. It will mainly focus on high achievement, control, so that they will prevent corporate corruption, enforce rules, and protect their resources. The third leadership type for this one will be the transformational type. Although it is not enough because of the history of unethical corporation that experiments on humans and human clones and hybrids. The ethical leadership must serve as the foundation for the new government. For this one, infrastructure, scientific research, space, trade, and energy is the portfolios for the transformational leadership type. And the main core focus of this leadership type would be that it inspires a sound vision. It drives bold technology innovation, and Martian self-sufficiency.
Hi everyone, on this slide I will talk about some other important plans and sectors that would help a Mars colony become self-sufficient and sustainable. First is the education system. Everyone should have free equal access to education so future generations are prepared to live on Mars. The curriculum should include space engineering, bioethics, artificial intelligence, sustainability, emergency preparedness, and civic responsibility. Second is the biosecurity and health. Preventive health is very important because medical resources on Mars will be limited. This includes regular health monitoring, strong quarantine procedures to prevent disease outbreaks, and ethical guidelines for research involving genetics. Third is the public information. A successful society depends on trust and transparency. Public media should provide accurate information, share updates about Mars and Earth, and help reduce misinformation and unnecessary panic. Finally, is the food independence is a farming to grow food efficiency. Investing in food technology and maintaining strategic food reserves will help ensure a stable food supply even during emergencies. Overall, these four sectors, education, health, public information, and food independence, are all critical for creating a safe, informed, and sustainable community on Mars.
Now, to conclude, the Republic of Mars is designed to be a self-sufficient, ethical, and sustainable society. Our goal is not only to survive on Mars, but also to build a community where every citizen has equal opportunities and a high quality of life. We also believe this can be achieved by focusing on four key priorities. First, healthcare security. We want to provide accessible healthcare while placing a strong emphasis on mental health. Living on Mars would be physically and emotionally challenging, so supporting both physical and mental well-being is essential. Secondly, inclusive education. Education will prepare citizens with the knowledge and skills for the life of Mars. This also includes science, technology, sustainability, and also civic responsibility so future generations can continue developing the Republic successfully. Third, independent media. A transparent and trustworthy information system helps strengthen democracy, encourages open communication, and also reduces misinformation. This ensures citizens may always remain informed and involved in important decisions. Finally, food and agricultural technology. By using hydroponics, vertical farming, and other sustainable agricultural methods, Mars can become food independent without relying heavily on Earth. This is also critical for long term survival. In conclusion, by combining ethical leadership with investments in healthcare, education, transparent governance, and also sustainable food systems, the Republic of Mars can become a strong, united, and resilient society that is prepared to thrive for generations. Thank you so much.
We opened this presentation by asking you, what do you see? We started with a blank canvas of a new world, and together we have outlined a blueprint for survival, ethics, and unity. Building the future of Mars isn't just a technical challenge, it's a collective endeavor. It requires the leadership, sustainability, and the cultural integration we've discussed today. Thank you for listening to our vision for the Republic of Mars.